What's up, guys? Shadow back with another Watch Your Realms video. And today we're going to be making a video on the last but not the least new hero for the Chaotic faction. He also can pair with the Cultist faction. This hero's name is going to be Atrox. Atrox. I don't know. I give up on trying to pronounce some of these names. But anyway, he's going to be a fighter for the Chaotic faction. Let's take a look at his talent. Cannot be healed by allies, and the revival time is greatly reduced. Upon each revival, the revival time will increase by 6 seconds and damage by 5%, stacking up to a total of 3 times. Um, his cost is only 7, which is super low. Super low. But as I said, every time you revive, it will increase by 6 seconds for the revival time. But like I said, the cost is super low, but the revival time will start to add up after a while. It was a total of 18 seconds maybe at max stacks. So not super crazy, but something to pay attention to. Reading into his basic attack, though, he does about 110% at max skill ups for physical damage. His ultimate is it says passive ultimate. Okay, activates Halo or Sacrifice after being deployed. Reduces HP by 1% per second. Deals 70 AOE damage per second to enemies around. With a max skill up, he'll be doing about 90 AOE damage per second to enemies around. So that sounds pretty interesting. I would love to see how this actually works. Um, but it sounds to me like he's going to be losing HP and he can't be healed. So overall, he's going to be dealing a lot of damage, but eventually he will die. So that's where the whole revival time gets increased comes into play here. Let's take a look at his passive. After death, he generates a ground effect area, dealing 70% AoE damage per second that lasts for 10 seconds. Airborne units take half the damage. So any airborne units flying over his death ground effect area will be damaged as well. At max skill ups, the damage gets increased to an extra 20%, and the effect duration gets increased to 4%, which will be a total of 14 seconds and a total of what's that going to be 10 20 90% AoE damage. He does have a cost reduction in arena by 2, which will bring his cost down to 5, which is probably the lowest cost for a fighter, definitely in the arena, and probably the lowest cost for a epic fighter in the game. I'm not sure, but don't quote me on that. Anyway, let's take a look at max skill ups. His attack is decent for an epic hero for sure. His HP isn't the best, but I mean, it sounds to me like if you were going to build this guy, the fact that he will be losing 1% HP per second, um, I would say add on maybe something. I was gonna say add on some HP percentage on there, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much HP you add. If he's losing 1% per second, after 100 seconds, he will be dead, no matter how strong he is or how much health he has. So I would definitely invest in maybe some AOE type gear for this guy, or something that maybe activates after either with crit damage or something that might activate after using his ultimate, because his ultimate is like a passive. Again, I'm not quite sure how that is. I believe that's probably the first and only unit in the game that has an ultimate passive. But it's pretty interesting nonetheless. Let's take a look at his awakening skills here. All right, at awakening 1, his revival time is down 5 seconds. Okay, so that's kind of negate his first death. Um, that's gonna kind of negate a few of his deaths by 5 seconds. Actually, that might come in pretty handy. Um, so Awakening 2, he gets extra 300 attack. That's nice. His cost is down 1 at Awakening 3, which just brings his cost even lower, which is crazy. At Awakening 4, his crits up extra. And Awakening 5, the damage of ground effect area generated by lethal bonfires increased by 10%. So a little bit more extra damage there. So all in all, he seems like a decent fighter for the Chaotic faction. Definitely matches in with their whole high risk, high reward. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think about this guy in the comments, man. Let's take a look at his reviews real quick, see what people think about him. And if you look here, he seems to be pretty decent, honestly. He has he's definitely high fours, well, excuse me, mid fours. Pretty decent in my book, compared to some of the other heroes rating in the game. But yeah, man. If you guys find this video helpful or useful, you know what to do. Drop a like for the channel. Consider subscribing to the channel. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.